Trying to remember how we do this. It's been weeks. I can do it. Okay. Hi, I'm Stephanie. That's not it. Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I hate hugs. I hate them. I hate them very much. I hate them so much that last week I didn't go to a meeting because the dude who is like a huggy greeter guy was going to be there, and I was interested in what was going on, but it was dangerous territory, so I just stayed home instead. Also, my cats were there and TV, so there were a lot of good reasons to stay home. When I tell people that I hate hugs, most of the time the reaction I get is like, what horrible thing happened to you in your childhood that made you into this cold and heartless monster? And the answer to that is that is a super rude question, and you shouldn't phrase things that way to people that you're talking to. But the other answer to that is, I don't know, lots of stuff. I'm not sure. I should be genetically inclined to like hugs because based on the Wikipedia article that I looked up just minutes ago, the word hug is either from Norwegian or from German, and I am both Norwegian and German. So the Norwegian word huga. I don't speak Norwegian. I just assume if you say anything sort of like a Viking might, you sound like it. So huga. That
was good.
That was embarrassing. The word huga, which is exactly how a Viking would say it, only maybe meaner, is supposed to be to comfort. So that's kind of nice, except that I don't really think of like the Norwegians as super comforting people. Maybe that's what they were doing after they had pillaged your village. Lean in for a good huga. I'm not sure. The German word that hug might have come from is hegen. I'm not saying that one right either. It's okay. It's basically to encircle, but originally it meant that to encircle something with shrubs, with hedges, which I would be really into. If I went to that meeting and they just handed me a bunch of hedges to stand in, I would have been considerably more comfortable. And at this point in my life, I would have collected so many hedges that I could have built my own hedge maze. Awesome! Why don't we do that? Because we hug. So anyway, I should be genetically predisposed to be good at hugging because my ancestors may or may not have invented the word for it. But I came from a non-huggy family, really. We're not super outwardly affectionate. We're totally affectionate. Like, both of my brothers know I like them. Like, I once hit one of them in the head with a shovel because of love reasons and not because we were fighting over a snow fort. He's fine. He dropped out of college, though. I think I might just be, like, physically uncomfortable with hugging. I just never had a good, I just don't super know how my body works at any time in my life. I didn't even know I made that gesture just now. It just happened. And so when I'm going in for I never go in for a hug, first of all. I never initiate it. But when someone's coming at me, going for a hug, it's like, what do I do with my hands? What is it? This is it. Like a human sash. No, that's not it. Around, maybe? I'm not super sure. One time a guy wearing a backpack came in for a hug, and I was like, oh, I can't get my arms around him and the backpack. That's insane. What am I going to do? So I went in low, which was a mistake because most people keep their butts below their backpacks. So that got much more intimate than I meant for it to get quickly. The last time that I hugged somebody socially that I can remember, I used to work for a congressman, and it had been like a crazy long week right before election day, and we were all very tired, and he came in for a hug, and I hugged him back, just a nice, friendly, nothing weird hug, and then I was like, something about this is very strange, and I stepped back, and I was like, I was not wearing deodorant. Hugging a U.S. congressman! So I don't do that anymore. I don't touch, I don't hug, I don't like it, I don't even like massages, I don't like people being near me. I just don't know what to do with my body ever. Like, I'm not a good dancer. That was evidence. Hugs are sort of mentally uncomfortable for me because I have strong personal boundaries. I don't want anybody just coming up in here, grabbing me or my body and just being cool with it because they think that hugs are nice, which, like, in their brain maybe they are, but also one time I met a lady on a tour bus and we were touring DC for like an hour, and then she hugged me and kissed me twice on the cheek when she left. And I know she was from Latin America, so it's cool or whatever, but it was not cool. It was just, you know, I want my space. That's all. I think hugs are also a little bit emotionally distressing because I don't really hug except for like a specific group of people in my life, like my grandparents and my boyfriend and all cats. Otherwise, I have no interest in putting my arms around you or you having your arm anywhere near me within like this radius. So it's kind of an intimate thing because I've reserved it for these like special people in my life and also all cats. And I don't like it when other people just presume that they can like have that level of intimacy with me. This is not cool. I reserve that for it's a special occasion. I hug at like birthdays and like weddings and like, that's it. Not even funerals. At funerals I just do a polite elbow cup. Good day. So what do you do if somebody's coming at you with their arms like this? What are you gonna do? I'm glad you asked. So what's the easiest way to avoid a hug if somebody's coming at you like this and like, you know, oh, that was very, see, that felt invasive. It made me feel uncomfortable too, if it helps. So anyway, what's the best way to avoid that if that's happening to you? There are a couple of options. The first thing that you can do is make it super clear that you are not having any of that. So they start like this and you immediately go like, hey buddy, this is my hand that I shake with. Sometimes people will trick you though and they'll start shaking your hand, but then they'll pull you in for a hug. That's a trap. I don't know how you avoid that except maybe like when you put your hand out, do this also. That could probably work. I learned that in 3rd grade in karate. Another option, according to the internet, this has never worked for me, is when somebody starts like, you go, oh, I'm not really a hug person. I don't really touch humans like you or anyone. It's not you personally. But then that inevitably results in hurt feelings or this whole conversation that I have to have with them. The third thing that you can do is sort of go in for like the super cool fist bump, like, but it doesn't, I mean, it takes a kind of person, I think, to pull off a fist bump, and I am not that kind of person, so it mostly just looks like I'm trying to hit you badly. Get away with your hugging. So these were all kind of weird reasons not to hug, like being German. It's probably not a good enough reason, but a lot of people have truly legitimate reasons for not wanting to hug you or anyone else. They might be kind of self-conscious about their body. They might have a super secret crush on you that they don't want to like reveal in that moment because that's weird. Also, sometimes my ear gets hooked on the ear of the person that I'm hugging, and that's just like a horrible nightmare experience. So they could be that. They could just be really scared of ear hooking. Lots of reasons, legitimate reasons not to give people a hug. I think we should all sort of embrace like maybe the handshake, or maybe we just all accept that we don't look cool fist bumping and we just do it anyway. Or alternately, we just greet people from across the room like, hey! And that's it. That's all we do. I'm just saying, stop hugging people, you monsters. Thank you. So I hate hugs. Now you know that about me. If that has not alienated you completely, please subscribe to Life in Steph. The button is definitely down here. I really super need to figure out where that is because I do this every time. Somewhere in here. And you can click that and then you can see more things that I get upset about. Don't even get me started on kissing because I have some opinions. You can also follow me at blissfulthinking.org where I blog if I remember to. Okay, see ya.
Do you have any other things you want to do over on that?
I want to do it all over.
Okay, you can. Okay. I think it was very good.
Okay, do you remember what I talked about?
No.
Me neither. No.